Hi, I'm Alonso Corral, and I will talk about personal ethics, human rights, and applying my moral views to real life situations. My moral code is mostly based on utilitarianism. I think that the actions of the people must be based on what is good for him and for the greatest number of people and living beings. Utilitarianism theory let people leave behind their customs, beliefs, and even their own moral code for the benefit of the greater amount of people. I don't believe mostly in ethology for the reason that some rules are made from people that wants to benefit from them, and sometimes they don't think of the good of everyone. I don't believe that there is a moral absolute because some morals do not apply in all cultures or are adapted to the circumstances in some cases. Also, in my moral code includes relativism because not all the morality is relative to the norms of one culture, where an action is right or wrong depends on the moral norms of the society in which it is practiced. The same action may be morally right in one society but be not on the other one. Some cultures' customs do not care about the product of the action. For example, the bull fighting in Spain, Mexico, and other parts of Latin America. One of their arguments is that bull fighting is part of their customs and because it's a lifestyle. It seems as normal to them, but for others it looks as immoral because it kills an animal for fun. If the animal is killed with a purpose to sell as food to people like cows, meat, in my opinion is correct, because from one cow you can benefit a minimum of 3 families, and the way they have raised all their lives sometimes is better to let them be free. Here you leave behind ontology because killing a living being is wrong, and relativism too, because not all the cultures and societies are okay with killing a cow when you can eat broccoli, vegans, and you are applying utilitarianism because from that cow you benefit more living beings. We have already seen what a human can do to our world. So to prevent abuses and give freedom to people, in 1948 human rights were invented. Basically, human rights are the shield against abuses and corruption in the world. But we still have countries and people that do not respect and do not comply with human rights. Meaning human rights are what every human needs and deserve, but they don't protect people as it should. In every country, they break human rights or do not respect them. The worst part is since 1948, human rights have not been enough to protect people and guarantee the rights that every person deserves. The reason is that first, people have obligations with human rights, and second, the countries have also the obligation. I always say that this is the fault of the UN system. The UN always resolves things that the powerful countries need to benefit themselves. Why did didn't stop the United States or Russia? Russia almost started a third world war, and the United States invaded all countries where they have petroleum. Countries like Syria or Venezuela that they don't respect any human right to the citizens are not sanctioned the sufficient, and the UN has not helped these people. The countries that are in the United Nations have an obligation to guarantee human rights because they signed them when they joined the UN. Second, people have an obligation to human rights. Every country has something that does not respect human rights. People need to claim every human right, not with only sharing a video or posting a photo of what is happening. With actions we need. Every person has the responsibility to claim their human rights, going outside to the public places protesting what you deserve, what everyone deserves. Remember, always with peace and without violence if it's not necessary. I consider these three human rights important. Article 18. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. We're in 2019, and some countries do not respect what others think and believe. Having the right to believe and think is essential because what you think or believe is part of your being. Article 3. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of a person. As a Mexican, I recognize that this right is essential. As a witness to a crime in my city and victim, I know that this right should be guaranteed. Article 1. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Their language, our race, and other factors have divided us. But no matter if you are black, white, Latin American, African, or Asian, we are all the same species, so every human can do whatever they want without affecting others, and everyone deserves equality. Apply my moral views to real life situations. How my moral code can be applied to a real life situation. I will give an example of pollution by companies. Business is one of the main guilties of pollution on Earth. Some companies pollute by air emissions, land pollution, marine and coastal pollution, and solid waste. Governments do not make anything to stop or obligate them to reduce pollution because they make money to the country, which means that if they are obligated to change or close, people that work there will be affected, and maybe if the business is too important to a country, all the economy of the country will be affected if they change their system. Apply my moral code. Government and people need to make this business stop because maybe if they close, they will affect one country. But if they continue polluting, they will affect all the world, including humans, animals, and plants. Also, the same people in the country. Companies need to see that if they still pollute, everything will be over. They will not have a country to maintain or people to sell. The action to change the system of the business in a way they stop polluting Earth and be more eco-friendly, we will have a product will benefit the great amount of persons. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel.